Hey Spoonies, just got back from a party. It wasn't a wild party, it was just like hang around, potluck, talk, whatever. And glad I did, because oh fuzz, that is my nip. I'm sorry, mom's fur child is beating me up. So which is good because I need the distraction, because Mama K is back in the hospital again. So I thought that it would be a good idea to have HS be... Would you light somewhere, Fuzz? I thought it'd be a good idea to have a full-on video talking about my HS, what HS is, and show you my scars as best I can. I'm not going to show you my active areas because that's a YouTube violation. We ain't getting that. So, I did a video a long time ago. I think it was 2013, 14, somewhere around that area. But I didn't include it in my my chronic illness series because I felt it needed a full-on updated thing. I'm gonna try and properly explain HS as best I can. Excuse me. That was so ladylike. I'm so sorry. So HS, and I'm probably gonna screw up the medical term. Hidradenitis suppurativa. Hidradenitis suppurativa, I think. Or also known as Acne Inversa. It is a dermatological condition, meaning a condition of the skin where you get boil-like sores. You can call them whatever they want. Sores, lesions, monsters, whatever you like to call them. You get them, it hurts. And they have a tendency to tunnel. They have a tendency to open up and bleed and pus and just be extremely painful. Pain medications do not touch the pain. They may shave the pain off a tiny bit, but it doesn't help all that much. Hidradenitis suppurativa, you have constant risk of infection and sometimes secondary infections like cellulitis, which is a very dangerous infection you can die from. You have to live on a course of antibiotics. Please forgive the cat. Antibiotics. This skin condition is the reason why you can't have anything nice. You feel like you smell like The Walking Dead. And you feel like you look like the Mummy because of all the bandaging. And am I not giving you enough love, cat? And I'm so sorry. And brain fart. You bleed through your bandages. You hurt. And you have to worry about tunneling, infections. It's not a fun condition. It's a condition that affects your underarms, your groin, basically can show up anywhere on your body. If you're a chick and... Come on, Buzz. Oh, please don't claw my new top. I just got this top. You're putting claw marks in it. Thank you. Plop your butt there. Say hi to Fuzz, everyone. She seems to be desperate for attention in YouTube. Where was I? I'm sorry if I repeat myself. Cat distraction. You have to live on antibiotics. You basically become your own doctor, because pretty much everyone you see is like sitting there shrugging like, yeah, I got nothing. There is no cure for HS. People say, oh, it's because you're overweight. It's because you don't bathe enough. It's because... No, that's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I live in water, okay? I lived in water. Baths, swimming pool, showers. When I was losing weight and when I lost the 100 pounds, I flared so bad. HS is the most embarrassing, disfiguring condition to have. But, oh yes, now I remember. If you're a chick, HS sores can appear under your breasts. You can get them on your genitals. I've gotten one on my clit, my labia. I hate using this word, but I want to sound pretty much knowledgeable, which I kind of am. My anus, that makes going to the bathroom very interesting. I've gotten them between the folds of my thigh. I've had one swell up to the size of my fist. Yeah, that was fun. I had one on my tailbone. They start under my arms. It's when I first start noticing them. You can't wear anything pastel, white, anything nice. You bleed through your bandages. You become your own doctor. There is no cure for it. Pain pills barely touch it. Now there is a bio drug that they are trying out right now. It's called Humira. That drug scares the living shit out of me. But you are basically your own doctor with this. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the doctor for an HS wound. And they're like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Bye. Peace. They ain't no help. You know, they've basically told me, and you know, if you think it's infected, get your ass in here, get on antibiotics. That's the best I can do. It's a grin and bear it condition. It's a very painful condition, and one that most drugs do not touch. So, I think outside of my PCOS, this is one of my most embarrassing condition. It's difficult to be intimate with people. You know, people don't really know about this. I mean, we're just now getting advertisements on Pandora. No BS about HS. But, it used to be considered rare, but come to find out, people are just too embarrassed to talk about it. I mean, it's left me so disfigured. Some of my skin discolored, craters, scars. And if I have an active one going, I don't want people to even look at me. I mean, sorry to the fam that's watching, but just because I'm sick doesn't mean I don't have certain needs. And it's hard to get those certain needs met when you feel like Swiss cheese. I joke around that I'm the holy werewolf. And I don't mean holy as in saintly, I mean holy as in Swiss cheese. I'm going to share with you the history of my HS, and I'm going to share with you what I do for my HS, and then I'm going to show you my scars and some of my craters the best I can without breaking any YouTube laws, because most of my craters are in the nether regions. So, as I said in my PCOS video, puberty was my time bomb. My hip happened first, subcapital-femoral epiphysis. Then I noticed my PCOS come into play, and then my HS came into play. Fun fact about HS, it is tied to PCOS now. Yeah, yay. So, if you have sores popping up that you can't explain, very painful, they won't heal, and you have PCOS, you might want to get that checked out by a doctor. If you're lucky, you might find a really good dermatologist that knows what's going on. So they started out under my arms. I thought that we had gotten the wrong size bra, because my Nana had just got me fitted for a bra. And I've never really been blessed in the titty department. I pissed off the titty fairy. So I could pretty much go without. So I figured, okay, well, I'm just going to stop wearing tight tops. Because I was a total tomboy. I loved my jeans. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. It's just going to be one of those videos, guys. I stopped wearing, you know, my tight t-shirt tops that had sayings on that I really liked. I stopped wearing, oh no, I didn't stop wearing jeans then. But I liked my t-shirts. I liked my jeans. I wasn't, outside of the makeup, I really wasn't that girly. So I decided to stop wearing tight-fitting tops and, you know, bandage underneath my arms, leave, you know, don't put any deodorant on, like, on the affected area, just do it around, and, it will go away. They didn't go away. The smell was so bad, like, I cleaned them, I did everything I could think of, and finally, I just showed my Nana, and, she took me to the doctors, and, I think it was my general surgeon that diagnosed me. So, I was referred to a general surgeon. He was a god. Like, I love that doctor. He's like one of the doctors that makes the list. So, he tried everything. He tried Silvadene. You know, he told me to let my armpits, like, open to the air. Betadine. Keeping them bandaged, changing the bandage. It took close to a year and a half to get my underarms healed. And it was so painful. Like, I couldn't, like, he just told me to try hot compresses, like, to make sure I get all the gunk out. And I jumped through the roof. Like, I couldn't handle hot compresses. So they finally healed up, and then I had gotten a cyst on my tailbone. Like I said, you can call these demons, you can call these wounds, you can call these lesions, cysts, whatever. They're there. They hurt. They suck. They tunnel. They get infected. You get screwed. whatever you like to call them. It's what they are. So I've always been like really super shy. And I didn't want to drop trowel for my Nana because this was my butt. But finally, I probably about 2 weeks in, I got tired of trying to bandage it, and I got tired of it, you know, bleeding through the bandage and messing up my PJs and messing up my jeans and everything. And I finally went to my Nana and said, hey, you know, I got another one and it's on my butt. And I dropped trowel, and she's like, okay, well, we're calling Dr. Faust tomorrow morning, and we're going. I'm like, I don't want to drop trowel in front of a doctor. I mean, now I've pretty much gotten over my humility and will drop trowel, but back then I was like painfully shy. I tried to keep covered up. Like I just wanted to be invisible. Like I didn't want people to fuck around with me. I didn't want to deal with people. I didn't want to, you know, I just wanted to be in my school books, out camping and walking as best as I could with my hip and trying to get on with my life. And maybe a little bit of gaming here and there. That's it. I didn't want human interaction. So, got me to Dr. Faust and dropped trowel, and he took a look and he's like, well, you have two options. I can remove this now while you're in the office under a local, or we can go to the hospital, put you under, and I can fully go in and get rid of this. I'm a tough girl. I've always been tough. I mean, I got out of bed with my hip fully dislocated to use the bathroom. The pain sucked, but I was going to be damned if I wet that bed. So I've always been a little high up on the pain tolerance. And obviously now, like, I don't have a problem with needles. Like, I was sick as a kid. I was always getting blood tests, so I was over needles. But the thought of a sharp instrument going near my butthole, nope. We will take fuck no for 500, please. So I told him, yeah, no, you're putting me under. Like, there's the thought of a scalpel near my butt, just So he submitted it for my insurance to submit it to my insurance, waited for the approval, which took close to about a week. And then we went in for the surgery. And in all my years of being around hospitals and doctors and going to see different doctors, I have never ever seen a doctor spooked. I've seen a doctor a little on concerned side, like Dr. Al, when he fought with the radiologist about my hip. But I have never seen a doctor downright spooked. I woke up from anesthesia. Surgery was over. And Dr. Faust was sitting there, and he was my shade of pale. Okay, he was like this shade of pale. The man was tan, and he was that shade of pale. And he looked at me and said, you are one very lucky girl. And I'm like, Dr. Faust, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know how you lucked out, but if we waited even one more day, you would have been screwed. I'm like, how so? He's like, that cyst that started near your butt, was probably about this close to the lining of your stomach, and how it didn't get your other organs amazes me. If we'd waited one more day and that gone through your stomach, you would have been in serious trouble. And that's when I realized like how serious this condition can be. So it took going to his office every day to get the wound packed, because he got sinus tract out, and I had to heal from the inside out. So the wound had to be packed with gauze, and finally got that healed. So I have a nice little extended butt crack and a little pooch. So I'm like, okay, fine. Well, the party moved downstairs up front. Oh, it went to the hoochie. It ain't fun. So, I can't remember the first one I got up front. It's been that long. I've had so many that I just, it's blurred together anymore. So, I do remember one, and, this was, I think, 18, because I was just put on bed and couch rest for my hip because it was bone on bone. It swelled up to the size of my fist, and it was, let me see here, like right here. So imagine trying to walk with a left bum hip and having a sore that size between your coochie and your thigh. There was no walking. It was so painful. Like, I tried hot compress, and I'm not one to scream, but the minute I put that hot compress on that wound, on that HS site, I screamed, and I took it off and I threw it across the room because I couldn't take the pain. And sitting hurt, laying hurt, like there was just no relief from it. You know, I was on, back at the time it was called Vicodin, it's now called Norco, but to me they're still Vicodins. I'm old school that way. You know, Vicodin wasn't doing it. You know, I tried half, that didn't do it. I tried another half, that didn't do it. 4 hours later, I take full, that didn't do it. There was no relief. And there really wasn't that much relief until it finally popped open, and that was just a whole entire mess. It was nasty. And I can't tell you how gross you feel with this condition. You know, it's hard to get in your head that you didn't give yourself this. This isn't an STD. This isn't something you got from a dirty needle. This isn't something you sought out to get. This isn't something because of your hygiene or your weight. It was just something that you were born with, and puberty triggered it. Both male and female can get this skin condition. So it's not just like, it's not like polycystic ovarian syndrome where only a woman can get it. No, dudes get it too. And they get it on their junk as well. And I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, there's 3 stages to this condition. I'm stage 2. Stage 3 is the worst. Stage 3, there's no skin. Stage 2 is where I get a lot. Sometimes I can get up to 15 at a time open and draining. And I hate this. Like, between this and my PCOS, like, I feel like I'm robbed of feeling like I'm a female. And I am a female. I'm a chick. I promise you that I'm a chick, and I'm happy I'm a chick, but my body, like, these two conditions, like, they make me feel so gross, and like I'm damaged goods at times. And being intimate with someone, because girls got needs, is extremely difficult when you feel like you smell like the Walking Dead and you're bandaged up, and having to sit down and explain to the person, like, hey, you can't catch this, you get born with it. Like, the only way I can pass this on is if I have a child, and that's like a 50-50 thing. I did find out that Fox, my cousin, she remembered, she came to me one time, and she remembered what was going on with my underarms, and she's like, do you get them in your thigh? And I'm like, yeah, honey, what's going on? She's like, I think I have what you have. I'm like, oh no. But she's stage 1, so she'll get the occasional one. Treatments outside of living in water, is bandaging and not hydrogen peroxide, because that's too rough on the skin, but betadine. Sometimes you switch it up with antibacterial salve like Neosporin. How to cleanse. Some people swear by hot compresses. I swear by ice. I've gone to doctors about it. I've tried to report it. And every time, like, the doctors are sitting there like, yeah, I got nothing. I'm going to keep doing what you're doing at home. Just make sure it doesn't get infected. And if it does, just antibiotics. Bye. You become your own doctor fast. It got to the point where I just stopped going into the doctor about it unless I suspected I was getting infections. I was getting infections in one of the wounds, or all of them. And that came back to bite me in the butt with my SSI court case. You know, how do you report this lifelong condition when all the doctors basically shove you out the door? I had one doctor suggest hair removal, and I tried it. I shaved my who has and I never wanted to kill a doctor as much as that one. Holy shit, Batman. I got 15 HS wounds in my gooch. And I spent the 4th of July sitting on ice packs, cussing out that doctor. The pain of HS, I can try and describe it as best I can. If you cook a lot and you're slicing up citrus and you accidentally slice yourself and citrus gets in the wound, like lemon or something, that's kind of like it, but the pain never goes away, and it's deeper than that. It's like citrus juice and salt and acid and not even a bee sting comes close to it. Like, that's the best I can describe it. It's just, and the pain pills just don't touch it. Numbing creams don't touch it. I mean, it'll shave off the tiniest of the edge of it, but you ain't gonna get relief from it. The only relief I found was ice packs for the most part. What else? I've had HS wounds on my clit, my labia, my anus. Going to the bathroom and trying to clean myself, I saw stars. I had one punched out from a different general surgeon because Dr. Foss got sick and retired. And damn it, all the good ones either die, move away, or retire. So he punched that one out, and that one's back. Sitting. There's some days I can't sit. Oh, it really hurts me to sit. There's some places where I can't get an ice pack. Usually if I'm really hurting bad, I do, this is my own treatments. I do an HS bath concoction of feminine hygiene wash, and I get that at the dollar store. I found that cuts down the smell a little bit. Hibiclens, lavender Epsom salt, and lavender bubble bath. Bubble bath just for the fun, because I just don't like seeing myself naked. So the bubbles kind of help me relax a little bit. And I'll take a book in with me, and I'll light some candles, and I will soak for an hour and a half in very hot water. Well, I'm not that hot, but as warm as I can stand it, as warm as my wounds can stand it. And I'll soak in that, and then I'll rinse off. And I find that helps cut the pain a little bit. As for the showers, I found the soaps that help me. I started using Dial Skin Moisture Balance, and it's jasmine. Oh goodness, I can't remember the scent. Oh, brain fart. Sorry. But it's a body wash. And I usually soap up about 3 times. 4 times if I have to shave my legs. And defur myself and try and look like a girl. So if it's excuse me, I am so sorry. That was so ladylike. I am so sorry. So my shower routine is I get in, wash my hair first, put in conditioner, leave it in, pin my hair up, and then I will, because I got rough skin on my arms, I will take a scrub brush, scrub at that, then I'll take a loofah, scrub down with the Dial, and then if I have to shave, I will rinse off my legs, shave with shaving cream, and then I'll go back in with my loofah, make sure I get all the hair off of me, and then I will soap up with the feminine wash and use that under my folds, use that on my wounds because there's no alcohol in it, so that means no burn, and then use it where you're supposed to use it. Even though I don't need to, but I do it anyways because it just helps me feel extra clean. And then I'll go in with a Hibiclens, and then I'll rinse off and rinse out the conditioner in my hair and jump out of the shower. And that's usually like an hour. in there. I'm exhausted by the time I get out. And I really don't want to do my makeup by the time that's all done and over with, which is why I want to find a wax kit that'll work on thick hair so I can get my legs waxed. Not going to do my inner thighs because I'm scared of activating that area with my HS. When I feel a sore coming on, like maybe under my arms, I won't shave. I'll leave it alone. I won't apply deodorant around the area that I feel is like starting to pop up. I'll do it around, not directly on. Oh, I have a story time to tell you, and then an example to tell you of why you can't have nice things. So, me and Kitty went to Six Flags, and the whole day I was vaping in the park, and we went on the Superman ride. So I was all bandaged up. I carry extra bandages in my purse. Like, I swear, like, I carry half of my purse is medical. The other half is, you know, wallet and glasses and knit stuff. And so I didn't adjust the seatbelt correctly, the safety belt correctly, and we went backwards, and the belt ripped open my wound even more. And after we're off the ride, I was like in a lot of pain, so I excused myself. I went to the bathroom, I rebandaged, and I didn't bring my perfume with me, because usually I had like a small little spare bottle of perfume in case I felt like I was starting to stink. Like if one of my wounds were starting to stink or come through for me. Back then, I would rather that I bitch slap someone with perfume than the eau de rotting flesh smell. So, anyways, we were done at the park. Park was closing. We're on the bus ride back, like the shuttle ride back to my car. And there was a dad and his daughter behind us. You know, I was standing next to Kitty. And all of a sudden, I hear this little girl say, "Daddy, do you smell that?" And instantly, I sunk. I'm like, oh God. Oh God, she smells my HS wounds. Oh, no. Like, I buried my head into Kitty's shoulder. And y'all haven't seen Kitty, but me and Kitty have a height difference. I'm taller. And when I have my 6-inch heels on, I can comfortably rest my arm on top of his head. Okay, so I had to bend to nuzzle my face into his neck, and I just wanted to hide so bad. I wanted to hide so bad I didn't care where I hid. I was just freaking out. My anxiety just like, boom. I'm like, oh God, she can smell it. She can smell HS wounds. I'm so stupid. I should have packed that. I should have remembered to grab that perfume. I'm so stupid. Oh my God, she's gonna tell her dad like something really rotten smells, and it's gonna be me. And it's just, you know, I was just on, you know, the verge of tears because the dad said, yeah, I do smell that. I'm like, oh Jesus, no. And I just nuzzled further into Kitty's neck, and he's just looking at us like, what's up with you, woman? And I was just on the verge of tears from being so embarrassed. And she's like, I smell chocolate. And instantly I'm like, huh? Oh. And I started laughing my ass off. Like, I literally had tears watering and like welling up in my eyes, and then all of a sudden I start laughing like a crazy fucking woman. And like Kitty's looking at me like I fucking lost it. And what was going on is the entire day I was vaping around the park, I was vaping on Halo's Belgian chocolate. Belgian cocoa, I'm sorry. So instead of her smelling my wound, she was smelling the vape on me. And the dad agrees, like, yeah, I do smell chocolate. Someone must have a candy bar. I'm like, oh, shit. And when we got to the car, I explained it. I explained to him. He's like, I was wondering because you're not the lovey-dovey girl. You roll your eyes at romantic movies. Like, you're not the public affection person. I'm like, no, this is what was going on. Like, I was trying to hide and shrink. Like a 5'9" girl trying to shrink into, this person is like 5'6". I used to be 5'11" until my back decided to curve. That would have been hilarious if I was still 5'11". But, and there has been a couple of Shaggy and Scooby moments where I'm Scooby and he's Shaggy and he's holding up this big ass person who's all freaked out. That was after my car accident. So, like, I've always worried about that. I have found, a perfume that doesn't irritate my mom, and it works well, and I feel it covers up everything. And I've gotten tons of compliments on it. It's, and I found it on fragrance.net, and, I got it for cheap. It's Paris Hilton's Tease. So, I do try to wear perfume because I still am kind of subconscious about it. As for the nice things, you have a tendency to bleed through your bandages. The sore opens up that you didn't think was going to open up right then. Underwear, ruined. PJs, ruined. Bed sheets, ruined. Anything light upholstered, ruined. You can't have anything nice. Jeans, I can't wear anymore. Again, when I did wear them and a sore did pop open, ruined. I am going to try and take you clothes shopping with me at one point and kind of pick out, point out what I can, cannot wear, why I can and cannot. You can't wear light things, pastel things. When I visited Tabby and her grandparents and her kidnapped me over to Ohio, which was amazing. It was like taking a step back in time because Amish country. And it was just like so cool. I loved it. But his car was not leather. It was tanned and upholstered. And I had a sore. And I freaked out the entire ride. Like, am I bleeding through my bandage? I don't know. I don't really want to unzip my pants and look. And I started freaking out. I was like, I don't have enough money for the cleaning bill. Like, can you even clean this? Like, if I bleed through this, like, it's gonna show. He's gonna know it's me. Like, I panicked the whole entire time. It had opened up like the night before on Tabby's bed, and I freaked out, and I went and I took care of it, and I told her, like, don't clean up the mess. It's my mess to clean up. Just let me go and take care of this first, and I'll come up and I'll take care of the spot. And I came back and she'd already taken care of it, and I was mad because, I thanked her. Don't think I'm a bitch. I didn't, I did thank her, but I freaked out because that was my mess to clean up. But, Angel's bed, which is when I started learning the trick of carrying my own blanket to sit on or towel to sit on. Angel's bed, I didn't realize, and I had gotten a mattress, and that's when I ran into the bathroom and cried. I was so embarrassed. I was so mad at myself. And like, I was trying to figure out financially, how am I going to get that clean? Like, can you clean a mattress? How do you clean a mattress? Like, how does this work? And Kitty came in and he saw me crying. He was like, babe, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine. I ruined her bed. Like, that was her mattress. That wasn't her sheets. That's not something easy I can, save up and replace right away. Like, I messed it up. Like, my stupid ass body screwed up her bed. There's a big nasty stain there now, and it's because of me. And Angel then followed me in and like saw me crying. She's like, I don't care. I don't care. It's just a bed. It's like, I care. Like, it's your stuff I just ruined. And then I decided to come up with the trick of just taking a towel with me if I know I have a bad wound. Excuse me. If I have a bad wound. And when I'm over at her place, like, I literally just left, like, the blanket there, and every time I'm there, like, I still put, like, the blanket down over her sheets, and I'll sleep on top of that. My leg pillows have been ruined. Pillowcases have been ruined. Swimsuits have been ruined. Certain clothes I cannot wear. I can no longer wear jeans. Anything that's form-fitting. However, I have noticed I can get away with leggings a little bit. Underwear. It's not with pride, I admit this, but some days, if I get away with it, I go commando. Because there's some days that I can't take the pressure of pants or underwear anywhere near my wounds. And bandaging, you have to get pretty damn creative. I have been known to use maxi pads at one point. The only pants I find that can really tolerate is those fuzzy PJ pants I showed you in my previous video. I've raved about them since day one. I live in maxi dresses, maxi skirts. I can't wear jeans. I can't wear jean shorts. It has to be baggy. It has to be soft. And I know it makes me look frumpy. I know it makes me look heavier than what I am. But I'd rather look frumpy and heavier than I am than be in pain or risk getting another sore. I had been to a dermatologist, and he did inject me with numbing cream, which for a while that felt amazing. Like, not feeling any of my wounds was just, sadly it wore off. So, he said, well, there's this drug called Humira, but I'm not going to force you on it. I want you to go home, study up on it, and then come back in a week and let me know your decision. So I studied up on it, and what Humira does is suppress your immune system. So my first concern was, where am I all the time? Hospital, doctor's offices. Where are the most germs? Hospitals, doctor's offices. which means I would be back to catching everything and anything under the sun like I did when I was a kid. Alright, so that was flag number 1. And then as I dug deeper, I saw people losing their fingernails. I saw people getting lupus. I'm trying to get rid of conditions, not add more. And I wanted to wait until I saw guarantees before I was going to go through all that crap. And I know my luck. Like, you would think a person would top off at like 2 chronic illnesses. Now you looking at 7. And which, by the way, I know it's off topic, but I was just now diagnosed with sleep apnea. Yay! So I have hit the Spoonie Hall of Fame with my conditions, and I looked at the doctor and told him, like, I'd rather smell like The Walking Dead and look like a mummy than risk getting all that crap until I know for sure it's gonna knock out my HS. And he's like, I respect that decision. You know, at least you came at it informed, and you know, not really much we can do for you then. So, covered all that. But when I get those sores in those places, man, I can barely sit. I'm constantly doing the pain wiggle. So, I just absolutely hate this. You know, it's a grin and bear it thing. You become your own doctor. You know, you get doctors are like that just don't want to bother and go the extra mile. And sitting down and explaining to potential partners, you get my drift, is just totally and utterly embarrassing. I mean, it's one thing knowing, it's another thing seeing. And you're so scared that once you tell them and they don't go, like they don't bounce, and then it comes down to time being intimate with that person and they get a look at what's going on, especially downstairs, they're like, you're scared you're going to see them gag. You're scared you're going to see them like, oh, on second thought, you know? Like, probably if I hadn't been on here without my makeup, probably if I hadn't been on here shaving, you guys would know I'd have a beard. And I could sit here and tell you I have a beard. And you'd be like, it's probably peach fuzz, you know, whatever. And then coming on a week after and showing you I actually have a beard, the person would be like, That's why in relationships I give them a get out of jail free card. Which, by the way, I need to redo that video because YouTube stepped in and cut it. I'm mad. Alright. I know it's a long video. I'm sorry. But on to my scars. I can't show you any of my active wounds because, again, YouTube guidelines. But I can show you the aftermath of them. For the ones that miraculously healed. Don't ask me how they healed. I'm just glad they healed. So, my underarms. All of this is HS. Like, if I stretch out my arm, which kind of hurts. Like, you see my skin pulling, like, right through here. Like, right where my nail is. Like, this is all HS. Like, I press down. Like, right here. Right here is one of my craters. Like, shaving my armpit is, like, a real challenge. So, that's this arm. Over here. Again, HS. And Let's see if I can switch this. No, I can't switch this around, so this one's going to be a little difficult, especially with a passoir in my lap. Oh, 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 bye, Furby. Ow, ow, wow, wow, wow. What have I told you about claws? You can't scratch me. I'm on warfarin. Oy. So, let me see here. Like, oh, right in here. Like, that's a crater and scar. Like, these are all scars. And then you see my hip scar. Like right through here. But those areas are hard to shave. And if I feel like there's a sore coming on, I don't shave them. I wish I could show you an active one, but considering where it's at, I will get kicked off YouTube. But that's the aftermath of them. They leave you pretty disfigured. They leave your skin discolored. It's just horrible. But like I said, the only treatment is the ones you figure out that work for you at home. And if you think there's an infection, antibiotics, and don't dick around about getting to the doctors about that, because it can quickly turn into cellulitis, and cellulitis is an infection that can actually kill you. That's how my mom had to get her leg amputated. So she doesn't have HS, but it was for a different wound thing. Tell you what, Spoonies, I swear to God, I was a real dick in my past life. Take it all this crap at once, but whatever. I think I'm gonna shut this video off. I'm tired, so I'm getting loopy, and I'm probably repeating myself. I'm sorry. But, hopefully with all of us talking, this is not going to be considered a rare condition anymore. And hopefully there will be a cure that doesn't involve the medicine being worse than the condition. I refuse to say disease, because disease to me means I can pass it on by kissing or hooking up with someone. I can't. The only way this condition can be passed on is through your genes, and it's a 50-50 chance if your child will get it. I cannot have children, so the line's ending with me, so I think that's a good thing. Even though I want children very bad. But, between my PCOS and my APS, I wouldn't survive. Or I wouldn't be able to carry the baby the full term. Or I just keep going through the heartbreak of miscarriages. So I'm not even trying. Alright, Spinnies. Shutting up now. I hope you have a flare and pain-free day. If you do have a flare, I hope it's very short, very light, hardly any problems, and you get over it fast. And my ass is going to go wash all this gunk off my face and crash. Love y'all, and let me know what else you want to see from me. I am contemplating about doing a live Q&A. Contemplating. I think if I get more subscribers and can figure out time zones and when people are going to be around, I might do it. So, let me know. Yeah, that's all I got. Love y'all. Bye.